started. All right, here we are, everyone. Happy day 11. I don't have enough fingers for. I'll just wave them all around. And today we are focusing on our neck and our shoulders. Primarily, all we need today is some of that weight release, responsibility release. We're all carrying a lot of things right now. And it's time to let some of that not just disappear, but to clear. So everything we do today, I want you to be really mindful of how your body is feeling and reacting, because when we have deep-seated tension, if we force it open, our body is more likely to snap back. We don't want it to retract. We want it to carry on in that opening fashion. So it will be pretty mellow. There may be some intensity. We're going to do some shoulder warm-ups as well. If you've been at a computer most of your day, if that's where you're spending your days, then this should feel really good by the time we're done. I'll add one more thing. If you have a pillow, a blanket, a bolster, a block, anything that's going to lift your head and your heart off the floor. So when I say head and heart, we want to have the head and the chest lifted off the floor. This will be for the end sequence, but I want to make sure you have those things handy. A rolled up blanket will do great. A folded up pillow or cushion works as well if you don't have your own props from the yoga studio right now. But we'll get started sitting cross-legged. Back up a little bit. I hope you're staying warm as well. A bit of cooler days here on the coast if that's where you're chiming in from, but I know in the east it's just always colder than it is here, so put your layers on. We also then have a tendency to shrug our shoulders upward, and so actively we're going to start there. We're going to actually initiate some shoulder shrugs. So lift your shoulders up towards your ears as high as they can reach on your in-breath, and then actively draw them down on your exhalation. Inhale, pulling, shrugging up. Exhale, shrugging down. Close your eyes and do about 3 more here. If you're counting your breath, it's roughly a 5 count. Now let's pull the shoulders up to the ears. Hold them here for a moment. Make fists with your hands tight. Shrink up your face, so make it really tight and tense. Clench your jaw, hold your belly, tighten up your toes, your feet, everything as tight as you possibly can. And on your exhale, let it go. We'll do that 2 more times. So clench your fists, clench your feet, your face, everything tight, tight, tight as you can get it. And exhale, let it go. 1 more time. As we're activating the muscle fibers, we're asking the whole body to tighten up so that the whole body knows to let go. And since we're sitting here on day 11, let's bring our hands together. We're also sitting here on the first day of days getting longer. Probably my favorite day of the year. Take a moment to bow your head to your heart, to an opportunity to finally see the light. We all have moments where it feels as though the days are long. Though they may be short in light, they feel long through this year. Can we allow some of that to dissolve into the backdrop? Bring our attention to our forehead center, to lift the chin, to lift the eyes behind the lids. And gradually release your hands. Fingertips on either side. Your eyes can stay closed through these transitions. If you just simply need to look to start, we'll take the right arm up overhead. And you'll bring your right ear into the crook of your right arm. So you're sort of resting it there. And you'll reach around with your right hand and sort of feel around to the back of the left ear. And then gently let the weight of your arm tug the head just that little bit further. So we're not pulling on the head, but we're feeling for that shoulder neck release. Now this is where the right shoulder can sometimes stay tucked up. Can you let it fall down and let the ear fall in the same direction? Now take some really sweet Ujjayi breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Your left fingers can stay on the floor. That feels really anchoring. Otherwise, you can turn the palm open and perhaps fine tune a little bit of that neck to shoulder connection. When we have and we hold and carry this tension, this responsibility, often we're carrying it for others. And we let it fall away for now and be here for ourselves. One more full breath cycle here, lips sealed, chin slightly lifted. Leave the head where it is, land your left fingers if they were lifted, and use your right hand to tip your head back up to center. So not to aggravate or activate those left side muscles. And bring the right hand down. Take your left arm straight up. Rest the ear, left ear in your bicep. Reach around behind. You sort of feel around for the back of the ear. And then let the head and the shoulder both fall towards the earth. When we first get anywhere, it takes our body a moment to understand and let the nervous system release. The job of our inner ear is to keep our head level atop our shoulders. So our neck muscles are working constantly, actively readjusting, rebalancing. Close your eyes and let your body know through your breath that it's okay to just soften the ear, soften the jaw, and breathe deeply in and deeply out. The right hand again can lift and palm can turn open if it feels good to get deeper into that upper neck shoulder connection. If any time it gets to be too much, just reground those fingertips. And though your left fingers are sort of walked behind your ear, if you just push the fingertips just into the edge of the skull, you'll feel a little tug. And you can release that tug at any time and just let the weight of the arm assist the head in coming over that little bit further. Gradually land the right fingers if they're lifted. Leave the head where it is and let the left hand come around and just pick up the cheek and bring it back up to neutral. Sometimes I feel that all the way down through the middle back, right? The muscular connections. Bring your hands onto your knees for a moment and pull your chin down towards your chest as you breathe your chest up to your chin on your in breath. And then as you exhale, let the chin naturally float back up to level. With your eyes closed, you're sort of feeling where is level. And if you let your chest drop too far, you might feel your neck compress in the back. Try not to let the chest drop. Keep the chest lifted enough that you feel open. And then inhale again, chest rising a little higher, chin towards chest. And this time, as you exhale, you're letting the shoulders shrug down, the hands just on the fronts of the knees, and the chin lifts slightly towards the sky, just to a point where you feel strong enough to hold it, maintain it, and then chin into chest. It's kind of like doing cat-cows with your neck as opposed to with your middle back. And as you let the chest drop steadily, the chin lift up skyward. Do that 2 more times. The chin towards chest, chest rise into your chin. As the exhale comes, it'll feel like a wave washing across the front of your chest. Keep your lips sealed as the chin goes skyward. Let's do 1 more. As you come back to level with your chin, you can open the eyes to know where level is. And it simply means the chin pulls back slightly. It's like your jawbone lines up over your shoulders. And then look all the way over your left shoulder. Try not to let the head tilt front or back. And then look all the way over your right shoulder. And inhale through center, looking left. Exhale across center, looking right. We'll do 5 more like that. So inhale, looking left. Exhale, chin turns right, and eyelids can close here. Unless that feels really disorientating to you. Let this be like the sound of the ocean, simply soothing your soul. Asking just enough through your muscle fibers to deepen through the fibers of the muscles into the tissues, into the nervous system. One more looking left, and 1 more looking right. As you bring the chin forward, start with your eyes open. So to set this one up, we're going to set our head on an axis. So you'll take one ear to one shoulder. If you want to mirror the image you see, it might be easier. So ear to shoulder. Keep that. So the angle, it's almost like you're on a globe on an edge. And then your chin looks down towards your shoulder. Now on that same angle, you're going to look up towards the sky, pivoting just front to back. So looking down, looks like looking left in my case, and then looking up on an angle towards the far corner of your room, and then looking down. Again, if it feels okay to close your eyes, do that. Notice if your shoulders are tilting, make sure the shoulders stay neutral. Everything else is the same. Focus on the neck. 2 more. I like to do an inhale up and an exhale down. Helps to keep a good rhythm. Sometimes my neck will feel really crunchy doing this, so just be really mindful. Don't go too far, too fast. When you come back down, you'll come back to center. Start again. So then we go opposite ear, opposite shoulder. So think your whole head tilts as far as it'll go. And then you're looking down towards the shoulder and up towards the ceiling. The shoulders stay exactly level and the same as you look down and up. Make 1 breath one direction and 1 breath the other direction. Again, eyes can be open or closed here. When we close our eyes, it allows us to really fine tune what we feel, what we sense. But at times it can be disorientating. So if it is, just open the eyes and let them be soft. Let the eyelids not clench between the brow, but just let them be heavy and smooth breath in and smooth breath out. One more. As you come back to center, give everything a little shrug out, a little release. And we'll come up to our feet for a little bit of shoulder opening. So anywhere on your mat, hands here are going to come into fists, so fingers in, thumbs on top, and wrists nice and straight. I'm going to turn to the side. So we're taking big arm circles all the way back and then all the way forward. So an inhale to roll open and an exhale to roll through. Try to keep the elbows straight. When we bend the elbows, it's often where our shoulders trying to skip over the hard part. And for each of us, the hard part might be a little different. And if there's an impingement, just make your circle smaller. You don't have to go as high or as far back if it's not serving. Keep the fists nice and tight, so you're adding a little bit of tension. And just two more here. Yeah, we don't want to go to strain, we just want to go to release. Keep the fists and go back. So you're going forward with the arms and reversing, go all the way back and down. Big breath in, big breath out. If you had two paintbrushes in your hands and you were painting big circles on your walls, that could be a lot of fun, but maybe a little messy. Relax your jaw. Notice if you start to creep tension up the back of your neck, and just draw the chin slightly down so the back of the neck stays long. Do one more. And then release. Shake out the hands. Take your palms open. It's like you're going to clap behind you. You'll take right over left and left over right. And a little bit of freedom with this movement that feels okay. Sort of like sweeping everything out of the way. What needs to go? What's not needed here anymore? Those short days. I'm into these longer days. I know it'll take minute by minute every day, but I'll take it. All right, now we'll go up and overhead. So you'll catch your right wrist and then right hip to the side, side body stretch, other side, and side, and side. So you're just finding that edge of extension and then kind of rebounding away from it. Going in and rebounding out. We're not staying too long. Sometimes when we stay too long, we overstretch. All right, one more each side. And then release the arms. Give them a little shrug, shake off. This next one, imagine you had something in your hand you didn't want to drop, maybe a gift for someone precious. You'll take your right hand out to the side. Take it back behind you. Follow with your eyes. Let your body, your torso move subtly. And then reach over the head. And keep the hand to the ceiling because you don't want to drop it. Take it out to the side. And then back by your hip. Like the perfect serving platter of Christmas cookies. Gluten-free and vegan, perhaps, depending on your request. That's no fun, right? Whichever you think is more fun. Two more like this. Big, open, rolling through. Watching the hand can be really great for the neck and the shoulder to travel together. And then for the last two, we're going to keep the chest at center, the eyes forward, and let your hand travel out. Let your shoulder do the work. So your palm comes over the head to the ceiling, forward and around. If your shoulder's clicking and clacking, you're in a good place. Just be mindful. Don't overdo. Beautiful. Other side. Left hand open. Follow it with your eyes. So the whole body's supporting here to start, right down to the feet being parallel. Relax that right arm. It's going to want to help by pressing into your leg or something. Try to let it hang loose. Take it out. Over and around. We did a lot of side body stretch yesterday, and you might feel that today as we go through this, as you're extending that side waist. It's good to go back to the places we've been recently. One more like that, and then we'll do 2 stationary at center. I like to keep the right hand to hold the chest stable. And take the other hand up, over, out and around. So what we're doing here is externally rotating the head of the arm bone, and then internally rotating it, and then bringing it back to an external rotation. Good. Relax both. Now we'll stay steady with both hands. Take them out to the sides. Take them up overhead. Watch for the fingertips to reappear, out in front and through. Now you can do a much bigger movement with this if you want a little back bend and a little forward fold. It can become a full waving body. Or you can really target the shoulders just by staying in the center. But watch and be mindful that your head naturally might be kind of articulating forward and back. Keep the ears over your shoulders. Do your best here to create some new space. One more. These are some of my favorite movements to do for myself. As we relax the shoulders, we're going to take a dive into the pool after we take a chin up over the bar. So you're going to pull your chin up over the bar, shrug the shoulders down, chest nice and high like an up dog, and then backs of the hands together, push your ribs back, chin to chest. Inhale, pull over the chin up. Exhale, backs of the hands together, ribs back. Inhale over the chin up. Exhale, backs of the hands. Good, one more. Just expanding the thoracic spine fully and then pulling it all back to tall. We'll release the arms. We'll shrug it out from here. And we're going to come back down onto the floor. And this is where I'd like you to have something to prop yourself up on. So like I have a long bolster here I could use to lie my head and my shoulders on. But I can also simply roll up a blanket and a nice little cushion, and then put the head on another cushion or a block behind it. And then when you get to the floor, you'll lie all the way back, kind of nestle your shoulders on either side of whatever you're lying on. It's literally just to give you a little bit of lift off the floor to accentuate the front of the chest. It's a great way to stretch out the pectorals. And if you can, every day, lay like this for 5 or 10 minutes, decompressing, maybe listening to your favorite music or meditation or talk, podcast, or just in silence, closing your eyes. Now, I don't want you to go there just yet to full release, but we're going to take a few movements to bring us into a deeper release. Well, make sure you have some room left and right, and you'll reach your arms straight up to the ceiling. As you go straight up, palms face each other to start. We're just going to do some crisscross with the arms. So the right arm goes back and the left arm goes forward. So right thumb touches the floor, maybe pinky finger touches. Back up to center, inhale. Switch on the exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. And just go back and forth. You can go with the breath, or you can allow the breath to just keep moving in and out. Move front to back, back to front. And the next one, you're going to pause at the top. And we will take the right arm back and the left arm forward again. But this time, I want you to turn your palms to the ceiling, both of them, and relax your elbows to the floor, wherever they land by your sides. And then you'll slide your hands along the floor, the backs of the hands, until your left arm is above you and your right hand is below, and come back through center. So it's what we call helicopter arms. They'll glide around by your side and then back up to center. Right arm back, left arm forward. Circle and back to center. Do 2 more. Big fluid flowing breath. I'm making up new words. 1 more. And then we're going to reverse. So you go left arm back, right arm forward. Go slow to start so your brain needs to adjust. And then relax the elbows back so the hands slide along the floor. There's no stiffness here, just like fluid water back to center. And then go again about 4 more times. All the way around, back to center. Left arm back, right arm forward. All the way around. It's almost like little spaghetti arms or like seaweed under the ocean as you come around. So you're pulling from the elbows and the backs of the hands, and then palms face each other again. Let's do 1 more. It's going to be a really nice release for the shoulders, the head, and the neck. Once you're back at the top, turn your fingertips and cap the tops of your shoulders with your fingertips. Touch your elbows in front of your chest. Now they might not touch, but bring them towards each other. And then circle your elbows really big out to the sides. They might touch the floor, you'll slide them down. And like you're drawing those big circles again, but this time with your elbows on the left and right side of the room. So you might tap in the middle and circle wide. 3 more. Last one here. You'll take your arms straight out left and right and turn your palms down into the floor. And from that position, I want you to pull your wrists, so your palm, like you were trying to push on the wall by your side. So the hand kinks, like you're saying, stop. And as your 5 fingers pull towards the ceiling, I want you to quickly look at each hand and make sure they're both fingertips towards the ceiling and not towards the wall behind you. Once you're there, you might feel a little tingle. You might feel a little strain either in the wrist or the front of the shoulder. And this is to floss your nerve in the front of the shoulder. We're just going to do 3 on each side. Inhale, you're bringing your right fingertips to tap your right shoulder in that position so the palm stays open. Exhale, push the palm away. Again, you can always look if you're not sure to start. So you're pulling fingertips towards the shoulder and then pushing away. You can do 3 on one side and 3 on the other, or you can alternate right, left, right, left. Doesn't matter to me, just as long as you're doing 3 on each side. Try to keep the hands in that palm up position. And then relax for a moment. Let that tension of the front of the chest dissolve. Close your eyes. Follow your breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it for 1, 2. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold for 1, 2. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold for 1, 2. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold for 1, 2. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, hold for 1, 2, exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Now let the box breathing go and simply follow your breath in and sigh it away. Give your head a really gentle no shake to relax anything that might be holding up there still. The palms are to the sky, the elbows relaxed, and the chest slightly lifted off the floor here. The legs can be straight or feet flat, knees touching. Give yourself this moment. And we all have our responsibilities and the things we need to accomplish in a day. But often we carry and we shoulder the burden, hence the term, of others. Even the simple knowing of what someone else is traveling in or going through, we often carry that weight. We realize when we move to a place of just feeling our physical body at physicalness that the physical weight is not there, but sometimes the mental weight still is. Let the forehead relax, let the lips stay sealed, and take 2 more breaths. If your legs are long, walk the feet in, just so you can roll off your blocks or your cushions off to one side. You roll to one side, let everything fall away for a moment. And then gradually sit yourself back up to tall. Let your hands rest back onto your knees. Close your eyes. And just observe anything that may have shifted or changed since you first landed. For 30 minutes, not long at all. That remembering of why you come to your mat, even for the 5-10 minutes it can take to talk yourself into it, to just roll it out, start moving, and notice the feeling and the sensation that flows when we do. Let your hands greet at heart center. Bow your head inward to yourself and to others, those practicing with you or those in your life who allow you to practice. Namaste. And happy holidays. We have 1 day left of our 12 days, and tomorrow I plan about 45 minutes. If you have that time, would be great. And that's just to give you a really great start of breath work and finish of Shavasana. And we'll complete our 12 days tomorrow together at 12 o'clock Pacific. If you're doing this as a recording, great, keep doing them, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks so much, everyone. We still have our holiday special until the end of the year. If you want to buy 1 month of unlimited online classes for $43, you get to gift someone 5 classes to use within 3 months anytime. So it's a nice gift and a get for you and someone else. Nice to see you, Patty. Nice to see you, Linda. Nice to see you, Debbie. I can't see you, but I know you're here. And I'll see you real soon.